Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to Inquiry. Welcome to Self-Inquiry. My guest today is Homero, and he's annoyed with his sponsor. He's in a 12-step program. He's annoyed with his sponsor because his sponsor doesn't listen to him. And he sees his sponsor as self-centered, judgmental, and ignoring his words and doesn't pay attention to him. And oh my goodness, this one is packed. It's packed. Any of this familiar? So welcome to the work. Welcome to Self-Inquiry. Open your mind, and together let's meet Homero. Hello, dears. Hello. Hello, hello. Those of you new to the work today, in this community, what we do together is we identify the cause of our suffering and how to end it. What do I mean by that? Identify the cause of my suffering. Okay, so what is my suffering? What is my suffering? What is my suffering? What is my fear? What is my suffering? It's here. It's here. It's an illusion. I can't take that suffering out of my head and see it. But I can identify and question the thoughts that are going on in this head that thinks itself to be I, body, I am upset and he did it to me and they don't understand me. All of that. So it's not complicated. You know what I'm talking about? That head. That fear and terror and that guilt and shame, the mind just spinning, the ego just spinning it out. To move that from our head to paper, it's like taking translation, just dictation, just move it from head to paper. And then just meditate in is what I'm believing, that thing I just wrote down. They don't understand me. That thing I just wrote down, they don't understand me. I see that time and place. And now I question it. My ego would say, yes, it's true. And I just respectfully, thank it for sharing. And I get still. They don't understand me. Okay, I'm anchored in that time and place. I see those people in my mind's eye. They don't understand me. Is it true? I could sit in that a while. Or maybe it doesn't take me that long. Maybe I see something else, and maybe I sit in it for 30 minutes and I don't see anything else. So I sit in what is shown to me, my yes or my no in that situation. They don't understand me. Is it true? So this takes stillness. We hear a lot about stillness, being in the present, being in the now. Well, now is, just play with this one. I'm not just spinning something out here, but now isn't a possibility in the ego's world. Did you hear me say now? If you did, you're in the ego's world. It's the not now. Did you hear me say not now? You're in the past. You think I'm going to say it again? Are you anticipating a future? Just noticing. So we send in self-inquiry here, and my answers are mine and yours are yours, and no human being is wiser than another. I have, oh my goodness, I've tested that. And what matters is if you tested it. Okay, so Julie, you have a question? Hey, Julie. There you are.
Okay. Hi. I've been wanting to ask this for a while, actually. I've been on a few calls before. It sounds absolutely crazy, but I've got Parkinson's disease, I was diagnosed about 7 years ago. I've had brain. I mean, so it just sounds really strange, but I'm cross. I'm cross with the disease. It
Yeah.
drives me absolutely mad. It causes. I've had brain surgery, which helped quite a lot, but I have a lot of physical pain as well. And I know getting cross with it doesn't help at all. Actually, I just get cross sometimes.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. Quite young to have it as well. So yeah, it's physical. I know I've heard you say before about physical pain, something that is included in the work, and I just kind of think it just restricts me. It restricts a lot, a lot of what I do now.
Yeah. So I would just leave that one alone. The ego,
Okay.
the ego is just going to override. It's just gonna, it's over. You're just so close to it, honey. For me, I work on
Yeah.
the things I can work on.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay. Yeah. It's
Cancer.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's so crazy to be cross with it, because I have it. I accept that I have it. Sometimes most of the times I accept, like, I have limitations and I work within those just now and again. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is the ego. That's the ego.
Yeah. But I
Because the
can
ego is
see,
all about achieving, isn't it? So,
I can see that mentally, just listening to you, you're in touch with a lot. So
mm,
you've got what it takes to sit in self-inquiry. And again, to work on
mm,
that family member, those family members, those people in the world, they, them, brother, sister, mother, father, next
mm,
door neighbor, people on television, people in the movies, just make good use of that beautiful mind of yours. It's
yeah,
intact as far as I can tell, sitting here, as far as any
mm,
ego can be, it's intact.
yeah.
You probably believe
In
yourself.
fact, yeah.
It's in fact, it's intact.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, it's my spiritual sort of side has grown a lot through this. Actually, I mean, it has given me a lot as well. I must admit, it has given me a lot. Not
Well,
through the ego either. Yeah.
well, I invite you to do what I do. I just get down in the dirt, but
Mm,
way down there, that's so common. I don't really believe that.
mm,
Well, that one belongs on paper. You
mm,
I'm going to test it. I could be right, but I don't want to be right. I want to be free.
mm.
And
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're asleep, and people refer to as the illusion, like I'm going to say a word, and notice what happens. Okay, tree. Did you see a picture of the tree? See, you can do
Yeah.
this. You
Yeah.
qualify. If you saw a
Yeah.
tree, you
Mm,
probably think that's a tree. A tree doesn't fit in your head. It's not a
yeah. Yeah. Mm,
yeah. And and that doesn't mean in my world that I don't appreciate the trees in my head. I'm grateful for them. I'm not at war
mm,
with the beautiful. I work on the cause of my suffering. I identify that.
mhm,
Like I have Parkinson's disease, that it's
mm,
about going into denial. It's just, is it true? The doctors say so.
mm.
I have seen all of the tests, the proof. I have Parkinson's disease, whatever it is, that's what
Mm,
they're calling it. And yeah, it falls into all those categories. So
mhm,
is it true that I have Parkinson's disease?
mm,
And the one thing I don't want to offer up in my world is denial.
mm,
So it can take me a while to answer, just meditate in, is it true?
mm. Yeah, but it doesn't. It is true by doctor's definition.
That's
It doesn't
not
mean much to
what
everyone.
I want to,
Yes.
I want to, I want to, yeah, it's true. Well, is that's,
Yeah.
they have all the proof, but this is me with me.
Mm,
And I may still come out with that yes. But I'm not going to take shortcuts because when I sit with my doctor, I want an open mind, not in a good way or a bad way, an intelligent way. That way I'm a better I'm a better listener. I'm connected. There's no disappointment. There's not even hope there. It's just intelligent to know where you stand because there is nothing that I can have in this world that isn't benefiting me in my life. And oh, those of you don't even believe what I say. It's not going to do you any good. Just see how you resonate with it. This is self inquiry. I have mine, you have yours. And it's the truth that sets me free, not the truth as I want it to be. It is the truth that sets me free. What truth? As I sit in this filled in Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, I just really want it. And it does. And I am my own doctor when it comes to what is true for me and what is not. And I'm not going to take my first opinion because it's been so clouded by so many people that know me. Doctors, again, her, them, children, grandchildren. It's me with me. You know, they could be right. I'm not at war. I'm just sitting in self-inquiry. You can do this. It's the gift of Parkinson's. It's the gift of every cause of suffering the ego offers up. It's ego's a state of mind. And the only way I know to be free is to respect it, sit with it in self-inquiry, and not be pro or con, but just to witness what arises, notice, and sit in the guidance, like the breadcrumbs of those 4 questions, and turn around. Yeah. Okay, sweetie. Thank you, Julie. Honey, you're not alone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, honey, and Angelina. Hi.
Hi. Wow. What an honor to speak with you.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that, for sharing.
I ask for support. I am recognizing that core belief is really causing that I step out of the loving field within myself, and since 8 years I am in this situation that I can see all the shadows coming up with my husband, but there seems to be one I am not willing to let go because it really would blow my suffering identity away, and I lose all the seeming security, it's control, and at the same time I'm aware.
Yeah, you would lose leverage.
Yes, leverage.
Leverage.
What do you mean?
Well, just what you said. And
Yeah.
I'm not even sure my word is accurate for what you shared, but yes, I hear you.
Yes. So I have the childhood trauma is of neglect, and there is this emotional and physical, and there is this trigger where I start to believe it immediately closes down, and I am totally alone. And I start to believe that I am in nobody's heart ever, and completely lost in this world. And it's kind of a freeze, or a desperate yelling that comes then out, but I am not there.
Sweetie, I would. Here's one thing you might do. It's one thing that comes to my mind. So you're neglected. You put yourself in what you most fear. I'm neglected.
Yes.
Completely neglected. Okay. Put yourself there. If your husband knew what you were thinking, what it was, you're neglected. It happened. He left you. No one trusts you anymore.
Yeah, no trust anymore into anyone.
No,
That's right.
You're neglected. You're neglected. You're like this. No one wants to touch. You're neglected.
Yes.
All alone.
Neglected. Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah, I feel it immediately in my body.
Okay, so you write, on the top of an empty piece of paper, I'm neglected.
I am neglected.
And then sit in that experience, the one that you fear, you've seen it many times. I'm neglected, and that means no one will ever love me.
That means
No one will come to my support.
Wow, there's another thought, like I deserve to be neglected.
I will always be alone. Just that would be another exercise.
That's right. I will always be alone. I cannot trust anyone.
No,
Yeah.
I can't be trusted.
I can't be trusted.
I mean, you're neglected.
That's right. Yeah.
No one will ever trust me. No one will respect me.
That's right. Now we have it on the point.
Oh, see, this is in you. When you say, oh, yes, that was already in you. And that's
now it's here.
So now you can make your list just like that until you feel empty. All your fears are, I call it the and that means that exercise.
Okay.
So you write your fear, I'm neglected, and you imagine your greatest fear. You're neglected. And then you anchor in that situation and you make the list. Just list what arises, just like I played out for you.
That means that a relationship will never last, that everything will break apart. That means that I am worthless.
If I'm neglected, I don't have a relationship that will fall apart. I'm neglected. I don't have one.
Yeah, I have something where I try not to be neglected.
No, go to your worst fears. Go to your worst nightmare.
Okay.
You're giving you a crutch here.
I'm worthless.
Means
I am abandoned by God. I am of no use for anyone, so I'm
of no use. That says it, not by anyone. I'm of no use. That's
so I'm doomed to die. Really, I am. That is
doomed to die alone.
Yeah.
I'm neglected.
Without having the chance to, like, when I give love, it's not received. So I am rejected. Neglected is rejected, the same. And now I feel how the body is reacting when I'm going to believe that.
So I
That's
would
the-
make my list. I'm neglected. I would imagine myself in that situation that you have feared for how many years?
Yeah,
That means that no one will ever love me.
I'm totally lost.
And I imagine myself, people see me and they just walk away, they spit on me, no mercy, no compassion. I'm neglected, and that means, and I make my list, and
Okay.
then I sit in each one of those in a one belief at a time worksheet. Those of you new to the work, always free on thework.com. Okay.
That means.
So,
Okay.
and you know what terrifies you is worth sitting in, meditating in those 4 questions and turnarounds. Because, I mean, what kind of life do we have? You know, a life of fear? And a person, a persona, a personality that is making sure that fear never happens again. In other words, living life inauthentically out of fear.
No, I don't want that.
No, so I'm so happy you raised your hand, honey, and that you
Yeah,
know a one belief at a time worksheet.
one belief at a time worksheet.
Uh-huh.
I
And
no, I don't know that, but I can
it,
download it, I guess.
yes, on thework.com, and or
Yeah.
you can just put it over there in on that sidebar, and staff will send you the link. And it's free,
Okay.
all of you, it's free, and you don't have to sign your name up. Just do your work. And I invite you to that selfishly because your freedom is my freedom. Your freedom, Angelina, is our freedom. We want to know you. And you give us courage to look at our own fears as you live as a.
Actually, it's the fear of my lifetime. Being neglected means dying, really, without
Oh, it's
any.
worse than that. It's dying alone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the easiest fear.
that's
I'm
right.
afraid of dying. It's like dying alone.
Okay.
Yeah, so honey, just this is I realize I'm pushing here, but sometimes we need a little directness because I know you can do this. How do I know you can do it? You're fearful. So it's really evident in your head. Yeah, so
How do you know that I can do it? Say it again.
you're fearful. So
Fearful.
that tells me you're very in touch with what to move from your head to paper. You've been in touch with it for a long time. So now
Yes.
move it from your head to paper and self-inquiry. If you need a little help, then we have a helpline. And those of you new to the work, we don't charge you money for it. It's a real helpline. We're just there to help.
Good. So I do it. I was postponing to speak with you,
Mm.
and I realized it's the fear of facing the truth of what is really here.
Yeah,
So
it's more fearful not to.
yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Angelina.
Thank you very much.
Mm. Let us know how that turns out for you. If you need a little help, the helpline's there, or customer care. Homero, honey, you have a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet?
Hi, Katie.
Huh?
Yes, thank you so much. This is
Mhm.
fresh from the oven. It just happened some moments ago.
Oh,
Um,
we love those. Fresh in the head.
Yes. So I was on the phone with my sponsor from.
Just a moment. Those of you that are working in the way distant past, it's the same. It's fresh in your head. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so honey, I interrupted.
No
Excuse me.
worries. So I was on the phone with my sponsor from 12 Step, and we were talking, and I was explaining to him I've been dog sitting this puppy, and he's going back home today. And I had just said that, and like 30 seconds, 40 seconds later, he was like, so when's the puppy going back home? Like, I just said that, So my worksheet is on him, and I wrote down, I'm annoyed with him because he doesn't listen to me. And should I go through the other statements?
Well, let's just look at that. And the
Yeah.
situation is you're on the phone with him. You described it very well. So you're annoyed with him, but he doesn't listen to you.
Yeah.
Is it true? He doesn't listen to you. Be there now. Test it. You heard what he said. You heard what you said. You told him goes back home today. And he's, oh, when does he go back home? He doesn't listen to you. Is it true?
Yeah.
And how do you react? What happens on that call?
I get really annoyed. I felt like a punch in the gut, and then I stayed quiet because immediately a image from Sunday when I actually got angry when I thought he wasn't listening to me. So the past just showed so many images of like, he just doesn't listen. And I just got really annoyed.
Yeah,
And
so the ego gave you some more ammunition.
Oh, yes.
It's like, he doesn't listen to me. And the proof is, this happened last week. He wasn't listening to me. So the ego, it's bringing up its arsenal.
And then it goes to why even try? Just go along, finish this call. So I lost interest. I was like, okay, he's not listening. So what's the point?
Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't listen to you. He said, after you'd already told him, he asked the question, and when does the dog go home? He
Yeah.
doesn't listen to you. Be on the phone now. Is it true he doesn't listen to you in that situation? Regarding the dog.
Yeah.
And how do you react? Notice how you react toward him and the images in your head. You shared one of them of last week. Same.
Well, I want to hang up, but I stay quiet and I try to not be angry and not to show so much frustration. But if I was honest, I would have hung up. Yeah.
So you try to listen and you try to not be angry, which tells me you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe the word is more hurt. Who knows?
Yes. And yeah.
So I
Angry and hurt.
always like to identify those emotional. It's just,
Yeah, it is hurt because I felt like this punch in the chest. Yeah.
he doesn't listen to me. Okay. So who would you be without the thought he doesn't listen to me? So just stay with him. Just stay with him. Look who he's dealing with. You're quiet. I mean, how do you react? What happens when you think the thought he doesn't listen to me? Shut down, you get quiet, you feel disrespected. You disrespect him.
Without the thought, I'm in that moment, not in the past with the ammunition, not in the future giving up and hanging up, like just in that moment.
So you've moved to who would you be without the thought he
Yeah.
didn't listen to me? So continue.
Yeah. So yeah, without the thought, just I would be listening. I would be listening to the question.
Mhm.
Mhm. And I would just say, "Oh, tonight," without the without the anger, the contempt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sobriety.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't listen to me in that situation. Turn it around.
I don't listen to me. There's clearly a lot of emotion that is going on. I'm angry at me for getting angry. I'm angry and hurt. I'm I'm censoring myself. I could
Yeah.
have said, "Hey, I just said that 30 seconds ago. Do you have good reception? Did you listen to what I said?" But I wasn't. I just closed down.
So he doesn't listen to me, turned around. I don't listen to him.
I don't listen to him. In that moment, I
He
don't listen to
asks
him.
you, when does the dog go home? You're not listening to him.
Yeah.
You're in the past. I already
Yeah.
told him that. All right. So
Oh, that's right.
it was a question. It was a question. You're not listening to him. He's not listening to you.
Well, what comes to my mind is what you just did at the beginning of like, did you hear me say blah blah?
Yeah.
So, it makes me laugh now.
Yeah.
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 He doesn't listen to me. He said, when does the dog go home? And then you spun around that. Now, notice that tendency in your life.
Yes. Also, it
If
doesn't.
you see it as disrespect, I
Oh,
think
yes.
you say that. Lack of interest in what you have to say from
Oh,
others.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I have another one for he doesn't listen, that I don't listen to him. Like it sounded like he was out in the city. Yeah. So I'm not listening to what's going on. Maybe there's background noise or bad reception or something. But I made it about what you said.
Yeah.
He doesn't interest in me. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing here for me is being with people that can ask me the same question, family members have said the same questions, the same questions, the same questions. All I need to do is answer those questions when I look at my poor memory or my short attention span or my ego. I mean, how many times do people have to ask us, before we get that it's just a question. Can we answer it? When does the dog go home? Oh, sweetheart, the addictive mind that is, it's like, he's wrong. I know. I'm right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
Yeah,
a lot of that going on.
yeah, he owes me this. He's my sponsor. And
Yeah.
just a question, all of you, it's just a question. Just a question. When does the dog go home? And look at how the ego spins. Honey, you just are doing this work for all of us with an open mind this morning.
Just in my mind, what's going on is that if it was you asking several times the same question, I would just go inside and answer, from inquiry, and I didn't do that with him.
Yeah, because
I
I heard you say the dog's in the situation, your dog's going home today. And then I heard you say just a few moments ago, you told him, oh, tonight,
Yeah, and I don't know that. Yeah,
today, tonight. It could be he knows to ask you again.
yeah, and he's listening to me.
Yeah, and
is,
it's how honest are you being with your sponsor
yeah,
and yourself mainly.
yeah. That I'm using him to be like the one that doesn't listen in this conversation, so I can get upset.
Yeah, which is that's alcoholism. You probably heard me say this, but drinking is not alcoholism. It is the mind that takes you there and then guilt you there when you don't until you do it again. And that's this just seems like such a little thing, but it's really, there it is.
Oh yes,
Yeah. And let's look at two.
yeah. I want him to focus on what I'm saying.
Okay. So he's asking you the second time, when's the dog going home? Okay.
Mhm.
You want him to focus on what you're saying. Is it true?
No,
No, you didn't want him to ask that question again.
no.
Yeah, and you didn't know it until he asked the question.
And what's coming is that I was already annoyed before that question already. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you treat your sponsor when you think the thought, I want him to focus on what I'm saying when you're not focusing on what he's saying, which is when does your dog go home?
Yeah. I'm like, I wanted to behave exactly the way that I want. So I go into this control tantrum, frustration. Like, it's
Okay,
like,
now notice, Samira, this is so important.
mhm,
I asked you, how did you react? And you
yeah,
began to answer me with, I wanted him to. And so
yeah, I'm not listening. How do I react? How do I react when I want him to focus on what I'm saying?
and
I
he asked
react,
you in that situation
yeah.
when does your dog go home? The second time.
I went into the fence. So I reacted by taking a deep breath and making it sound as if I was not as annoyed as I was. And then I answered with contempt. That's how I reacted.
Mm.
Yeah. So tonight. Yeah. And then I changed the subject. Yeah. I made it about like how loving the puppy is and how well behaved. So I went into deflect and yeah.
I want him to focus on what I'm saying. Who would you be without the thought when he asks you, when does the dog go home the second time?
I actually didn't listen to the question, Kate.
Who would you be in that situation when he asks you the second time, when does your dog go home? When does the
Yeah.
dog go home? Without the thought, I want him to focus on what I'm saying.
I would be free. Not grasping,
Yeah.
not measuring if this is adding up to my expectation or
Yeah,
not
so
bringing the
just
past.
so what would that sound like? I think you demonstrated that to us. He
Yeah,
asked again,
just
when does the dog go home? And you said, uh,
tonight.
tonight. With no baggage,
Yeah,
no past, just present in the conversation,
yeah.
knowing that people are just like you. They forget, and we speak by rote, and we we're programmed, and in our own way, in our own ism, it's so hard to deal with that we eat, we compulsively overeat, we drug, we use anger, and we justify it. These are all.
I would be connected, and he doesn't need to be on the phone. Like he's talking to me literally for no obligation. He's listening at the moment he's on the phone.
He's showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honey, remember, if he's your sponsor, he's got the same addiction you do,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's doing his best. I want him to focus on what I'm saying. So let's turn it around. I want me to focus on what he's saying, even though it's repetitious.
I want me to focus on what he is saying. Yeah. I was focused in so many other things. I was focused in, is he ignoring me? Is he gonna like ask the same question again? What is the purpose of this call? Like, is he still angry about Sunday? Am I still angry about Sunday? I was focused in so many things.
It's like oh my gosh. It's like you're covering all the bases, all the bases, all the bases, all the bases, all the bases.
Exhausting.
Yeah, and notice how old it is, this defense. Spoken or unspoken.
I don't think I can see where it hasn't been that way. Yeah.
Now notice the emotional when you think the thought, he doesn't listen to me and he asks you for the second time.
I get hurt and sad, and I want to disconnect.
Yeah, and notice, does it blow your head? Is there heat? The emotional.
It's
So be here now, feel the heat.
yeah, it's more like heaviness on my chest. Yeah.
That's what I mean by heat.
Yeah.
It's like you're attacking yourself.
Right.
What we're thinking and believing, we experience the emotional that goes with it. That's what I mean by self-attack. And we're innocent in it. This is just a long history of yours. And that emotional is, will let you know. He doesn't listen to me. All of you, when you're doing worksheets like this, and you look at how you react when you believe the thought, there are images of the past where you've been disrespected or you weren't listened to. And people pretend to listen to you, but they didn't. And you go back and see how far back that is. And there are, you can go back to maybe 4 years old, 6 years old, 3 years old, 8 years old, into situations where it just felt like no one was listening to you. And that marries, they don't care, I'm alone. And then the behavior that comes out of that, trying to fill those ego-made voids. So I love doing the work when I sit in how do I react when I believe the thought, and I sit in it, and those images of the past that come up, because it's just unfinished business. And now we're looking at a friendly universe that feels crippling. It feels like death, because it is the death of the ego and identity.
It's as if I'm gonna yell. Is he's gonna listen to me, by yelling, like speaking louder, which doesn't work. Yeah,
Mhm. And it progresses until how do we get out of our head? We drink or we use or we this, we that, we attack.
that's right.
And any attack is, it flips into self-attack. It is self-attack, and then it plays itself out in the physical.
Yeah, then there's the guilt, like, oh, why did I yell at him? And oh, I don't want to like go back and talk and fix this. And
Yeah. And that leaves you to make it right with him. When you asked me, you know, on the last call, I was short, I was cold, I whatever it was, honey, that you don't have to say over what, just your part. Let's look at 3. Let's see, I
uh,
want him to focus on what I'm saying. I don't want him to focus on what I'm saying.
I
See if
don't
you
want him.
see if you can find that part of you.
Yeah, I
That
don't want him
just
to focus on what I'm saying. I
yeah.
want to prove that he's not listening to me. And this is like evidence number 38 that he doesn't listen. Just I add it to the file. Yeah. So I can
Ooh,
have
that's
an
a
adversary.
good
Yeah.
one. You can justify your shortness and disrespect or lack of gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's look at 3. In that situation, what advice to get what you want? And number 2, what advice would you offer him? And make sure you nuance filling in worksheets, make it doable. In that situation, what advice would you offer him to get what you want in number 2?
He shouldn't ignore my words.
Okay, turned around. Situation, I shouldn't.
I shouldn't ignore his words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If like right now, open minded, just listening to the question in this moment and just being
Well,
okay
just
with answering.
give him what you want him to give you just to see if it's possible.
Yeah.
He shouldn't ignore my words. I shouldn't ignore his words. He asked me twice. I shouldn't ignore his words. If he asked me 3 or 5 times, I shouldn't ignore his words.
Hmm.
Not as long as I'm on the phone with him.
Yeah. And what's coming is like, regardless of what words he's on the phone connecting. He's on the phone trying to engage in conversation, whatever the content of the words are. You know, doesn't matter what question, he is reaching out. He's giving me attention. He is caring.
He's your sponsor. He's doing his best.
Yeah.
You have the same disease. He's doing his best.
Yeah.
Both of you on the same path in that sense. He shouldn't ignore my, it's like you're sponsoring him. He shouldn't ignore my words. You know, it's like, yeah. He shouldn't ignore your words. Is it true?
No.
And how did you see that? Where did the no come from? What did you see?
The powerlessness of going into what he's doing. Like if I'm focused on him, I get a lot of grasping and a lot of control. And
He
yeah,
shouldn't ignore my words. How do I react when I believe the thought he shouldn't ignore ignore my words? I lose respect for him.
yeah. I react by shutting down. I start to act a way out. Like I didn't say like, oh, I've lost interest in this conversation. Bye. No, I just like softly faded out. That's how I reacted. Yeah.
Now notice how old that tendency is. You just fade out. When you're hurt, when you're, notice he
Yeah.
shouldn't ignore my words, the emotional that happens when you believe the thought.
Again, I think I cannot find interaction with, for example, father, mother without that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you shouldn't ignore my words. Now close your eyes and get really still. Be there now. Notice how you react when you think the thought. He's my sponsor. He shouldn't ignore my words. I'm supposed to be able to trust this guy.
Oh, yeah. Those are literally my words. Yeah. How do I react? You shouldn't ignore my words. Yeah, I'm in defense. I'm angry and hurt, and I react by my voice changes, my tone of voice, my body sensation also um, gets into defense, and I start speaking with a certain um, rejection in the tone of voice. Yeah, even though I'm saying as something friendly, as like answering the question and everything, but
So
there's a
notice the images in your head. Be there now on the phone. Notice the images in your head when you think the thought, he shouldn't ignore my words. Notice how far back those images take you to other time and places and people in your life. Because it happens, all of you, you couldn't be hurt.
yeah.
This is
Um,
this is the ego's hidden world that this work allows us to see. He shouldn't ignore my words. Notice how
yeah,
the images offered up by the ego, how far back.
a lot of images from my dad growing up, and my dad being busy studying, working, doing something, or from my mom, like I say a word and she takes it on another meaning, and that would frustrate me a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of times saying no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and not being heard. Yeah,
So just be there now with that softly. This, all of you, this work. Oh gosh, you could just work on number 3 for an hour or so, just meditating in. He shouldn't ignore my words. Notice how you react when you believe the thought. Now just be there in that, honey. Who would you be without the thought, he shouldn't ignore my words? As though you couldn't think it. I mean, he just,
I would be a grown up man, not a child. Basically, I would be my age and be serene, my serene self, and I would even be grateful to be on the phone talking to this person that I adore. Yeah.
and understanding you're dealing with someone that has your addiction.
Yes.
The one you're dealing with. And all of you, the ultimate addiction is what we're thinking and believing.
Oh, yeah.
And what do we do to shut the mind up? We grab substances. It's sometimes. He shouldn't ignore my words, turned around, and live this turnaround. He's going to ask you the second time, I shouldn't ignore his words.
Shouldn't ignore his words.
So just listen. Just listen. When did your dog go home? Listening is like saying, drop the past. Listen. Who would you be without the thought, he shouldn't ignore my words? And keep your eyes closed, honey, and I'm gonna ask you just to follow. He should ignore my words. Backtrack on that conversation with him. Give me an example of why he should ignore your words. Why might he ignore your words? This takes a very open mind.
Because he's free, basically. It goes back to his business, right? Like, no expectation. It's given me the gift of,
Just look to yourself
yeah.
in that conversation before he
Mhm.
asks you the second time.
Mhm.
Just take a look at that conversation. Get in touch with it.
Yeah.
He should ignore my words.
Yeah, for me
Why might
to,
a sponsor ignore your words when they're calling you to see how you're doing?
mm,
Is there any part of you that is sponsoring him rather than listening to your sponsor?
yes. Yeah. Like, I go into understanding that when he's calling me, so it's very probable he needs to talk to me more than I to him. And I, I understand that in that moment.
Okay,
Like,
what if that's your understanding, but it's not so for him? He's your sponsor. He's calling you not to get your wisdom, but to hear where you may be having difficulty.
yeah. Like, what is coming now is like, maybe that was giving me the opportunity to say, oh, and I'm gonna be sad when the dog lives, or you know,
I
things
don't
like that.
know. I don't know. When I can see. It's like, and I'm not getting you experience this at all, but it's just where my mind went. It's
Mhm.
um, someone says, Byron, Katie, I'd like you to fill in a worksheet, and I'd like to facilitate you because
Mhm.
that's my job. I'm a facilitator, and I want to hear your worksheet. Whereas I call them to do the work with them because they ask me. But no, they want to facilitate me on a worksheet that I haven't even written, maybe, but they're going to show me how to fill in that worksheet. They're going to teach me the work. They're going to take me through. How dare they? How dare they? I'm the facilitator. And they weren't that brazen with it, but I know, they think they're here to teach me. Okay, now try this on. Okay. I'm humbled. I'm open. It's an opportunity for me to do the work.
Mm.
But I'm so enlightened. Thank you for sharing. Facilitate me. And I wouldn't say it as, oh, I'm so humble, facilitate me. No, not at all. Not at all.
What's coming up is like, from that humility, I don't have like this. I already said it once. Like, why do I have to say it twice? Well, from that open space, like, here he is
Yeah,
asking it again.
here it
Here
is.
it goes, the answer again.
Sponsor, sponsor.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Oh, honey.
and I can see both of those things. I'm replacing the word facilitator for sponsor and sponsee, and how much of this like sponsor him is into play, like the role of me sponsoring him and him sponsoring me, and how much I can have difficulty with that.
Yeah, and sweetie, get in, in touch with any sense of arrogance.
Oh yeah, plenty.
Yeah, the opposite of humility, of humbleness.
Yeah, I
And
was annoyed.
humble is where we're the student, where we're open. The teachers are, they're they're precious in our lives. And this may sound way off, but I'm no teacher other than teaching self-inquiry, and that's just in writing. 4 questions, turn it around, judge your neighbor worksheet.
I actually facilitate him on the work a lot. And I'm very comfortable with that though,
Yeah.
but being the sponsee, not so much.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. You can have both and notice those flavors, but he sounds like a very open-minded student to
Yeah.
yeah. Mm, mm. That's very sweet. Let's look at 4. In that situation,
I need him to pay attention to me, and I can hear the arrogance in that.
mm, so just feel that.
Yeah.
And notice this number 4 is about happiness. To be happy, I ego, need him to pay attention to me. He's in recovery. I would, this may sound strange, but I'd rather be in recovery than recovered. Because recovered implies that I'm done. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. Really? Boy, I think that thought, and you can imagine the question marks that are flying in my head. I get it, question mark. I get it, I question mark. I get it, question. Yeah, always the student.
I was so amazed by last week when you were talking about bullying your younger brother, and I was just like, wow, what what an open heart, and Jesus, what a teacher you are, Katie. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love that we all have the privilege, if our minds are open enough to it, to be our own student. And that's what this work offers us. We get to be our own student as well as sit together like this, and this kind of grace that an open mind allows. Yeah. You need him to pay attention to you in that situation. Turn it around.
He was paying attention to me. He was on the phone. He took his phone in the middle of a busy day in the city, connecting. Like it's not enough for the ego, apparently, that I have it on the phone. I want more. So no, I don't need him to pay attention to me. I seem to be looking for a fight, basically. Yeah.
It's like winning and losing and winning and losing. Yeah, kind of.
Well,
Yeah.
that also brings me to that's the way I used to get a lot of attention when I was little, by getting angry and picking up a fight and
Yeah.
being rebellious. Yeah, very childish.
Yeah. Yeah. And the ego gave every reason to do it. And yeah, and and it still kind of kicks in occasionally here and there, keeping us on our toes. Yeah, worksheet a day keeps hell away.
Yeah.
Okay, so and there's it's like the illusion of hell. That's the only hell there is. It's what happens when we're believing our thoughts. It's the ego's technique. So, sweetie, let's to be happy, I need me to turn it around.
I need to pay attention to me. There was so much going on there, like what you were saying about the emotional and the reactions that I'm not seeing. There's a lot in there.
Yeah, there's a lot. And you might go back to your worksheet and just unpack all of that. Just sponsor you. Just,
Hmm.
yeah. I need me to pay attention to him.
Yes, I need me to pay attention to him. I like myself better when I do that. I
Yeah.
I like me when I pay attention to him.
Yeah. And for me, that means just to listen more closely, to pay attention. Let's look at 5.
I want to add like what you are saying, like he's in the same recovery path, and I need to pay attention to that. Yeah.
Yeah, with great respect. Ah, people who try to overcome addiction, it's I wonder what the odds are, you know, to be so blessed. And the ultimate addiction is to what we're thinking and believing. It's the addiction to the ego. Let's look at 5.
He is self-centered, judgmental, incapable of understanding me.
So in that situation with my sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
when he asked me the second time, when's the dog going home? I
am self-centered, especially when I think he shouldn't ask the same question again. Like I already answered that, and me. Yeah, self-centered. I am self-centered in that moment.
judgmental.
I am judgmental. Yeah, I brought all of the images of the past of how he doesn't listen. I even before picking up the phone, I was like, "Here we go again. We're not able to communicate. He doesn't listen." Yeah, even before the questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder of the two positions, sponsor or sponsoree, which one should do if we had to choose. I'd say equal, but if we had to choose, which one would be the greatest listener? When you look at the setup, he's your sponsor. And it's like your sobriety could be way ahead of his, but there's always something that I can learn when my mind is open to it that really supports my world and life.
Oh.
Yeah.
And to answer that question, it requires so much more for me to be his sponsee. I'm more comfortable being the sponsor. Yeah.
Which is really, really a heads up. It's like it's that's quite a heads up you've given yourself. Just to and that's not to dumb yourself down. It's to open. It's just you might get 5 or 6 sponsors. Some of you. Just sit in your practice of listening with an open mind. In that situation, I am
incapable of understanding me. Yeah. There's
and honey, that's humbling. In that situation, you are. It's like we're locked in, all of you. We're locked in, and our body language shows it, and we take on this kind of I know mind. In that situation, I am incapable of
understanding me.
Mhm. And in that situation,
I'm incapable of understanding him.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, a lot. Why does he ask again? And
Yeah,
what is the purpose of him calling? And
and if
why am I?
yeah, and so many people with addictions have, it the way it affects the brain. Sometimes it's like some of those brain cells are just not in a cylinder. Sometimes it takes a while, and a lot of nurturing them and peace and understanding gives the brain a way of exercising and in the best of ways rather than pressure. It's health. Yeah. Let's look at 6.
I don't ever want to feel ignored and misunderstood again.
I'm willing to.
I'm willing to feel ignored and misunderstood again.
Yeah, and I'm willing to sit with my sponsor and feel.
I'm willing to sit with my sponsor and feel ignored and misunderstood again. Looking forward.
Yeah, then you can ask him, would you repeat that or say that again? Or, I really don't, whatever it is, to be the student. If you had to make a choice, all of it, would you rather be the student or the teacher? Just
And
an honest question.
and I'm so happy he made the question because it gave me this opportunity to connect with you again.
Yeah, me too, honey. I was so happy to see your hand
Thank you.
and your name come up.
Love
Okay.
you.
Love you too. Really powerful work. So, takeaways, Shannon, honey, your takeaways sitting in this work today.
Hi, Katie. Hi, everyone. Um, what an awesome session today. Can you hear me clearly? Because I'm in the car.
Yes.
Um, it just was just so meaningful and it is cool. So thank you, Homero. Thank you for sharing that. And it's interesting because these little triggers, these little worksheets we can do all day long, a conversation with somebody at a grocery store, a sponsee, we're constantly engaging in conversations that at any moment little things can happen where it can derail us, and that coming from a place of compassion and learning about understanding helps me and helps everyone else realize that at any moment we can do the work and turn things around. And then a question that I had that was like pretty quick, Byron, if you have the capacity. With ego, when it comes to ego, when I hear people say I have a big ego or a small ego, sometimes I can feel my ego flare up throughout the day because in this earthly realm, run a business, run 2 businesses. And so sometimes in conversation, sales, whatnot, you can kind of feel the ego flare up. But I guess do you ever deal with your own personal ego, and like how can you calm that? Maybe it's not a worksheet, but just like an internal feeling. Is it possible to ever be egoless? Is it possible to get to that free state?
Well, when you sit in a worksheet, the way we watched Omero do today, when you sit in that worksheet, you take your time, you live the turnarounds as you're doing your work. Like, I want him to listen to me, hear what I have to say. Turned around, I want me to listen to me and hear what I say. Now, that's not, I want me to listen to me and hear it's not like that. It's like now my practice is to live that turnaround in the grocery store line, on, with my family, with the people I may meet on the street, to live the turnaround and just practice. Or how can the truth set us free? It shows us the way. But the eagle's job is to throw awareness away from that wisdom, that practice, and shift it. So that practice, the eagle begins to get to ride that bicycle because its life is not being threatened. Self-inquiry, we're not trying to kill the ego. It's all about understanding, and understanding until it's lived. The truth, understanding until it's lived, has no power. It's just, we can just talk and sound so wise, and a lot of it sinks in, but to live it, and oh boy, to live it in silence, meaning without being so obvious about how free we are, or whatever that is, just to live it, not too high, not too low, not more than, not less than, in the center. In the center, not so humble and not so wide, just in the center, as a listener, as an inquiring mind, an open mind. Open mind, open heart. That's the key to our heart, is an open mind. And this work supports us to understand what that means, to have an open mind when we're really put to the test in this Earth School. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome, sweetie. Thank you, Shannon. Raina.
Hi,
Hey,
Katie.
Raina. Hi.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say, Homero, wow, what vulnerability. Who knew you could get so deep in a dog question twice? Thank you for that. Nothing is too little to inquire about, is it? Every little drip. I mean, I just felt my dogs of attack, even before the phone call. He said he was spoiling for a fight. Where did he go to find that? I didn't even feel until he said it. Did he die? Thank you, all of you who do this work.
Mm-hmm.
Years I listened. Thank you. Thank you. That was so deep. Oh my gosh. Love it.
The ego is like, oh, I don't need to work on that. I would turn that one around. Yeah, I need to work on that. That is not a little thing.
Wasn't a little thing. Thank you, Homero, for showing us that's not a little thing. That's how we find our righteousness, our judgmentals, this thing that's causing us so much pain, suffering. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, Katie. I love you.
Love you too, honey. You know the story of the princess and the pea?
Yes.
All these mattresses, and there's one little pea, and she's bruised. And that's it. That's what comes to my mind as you speak to it.
Yes.
It's not just a little thing.
Not just a little thing.
Oh, thank you, Homero. Oh my. Okay. So anyone else? Any other hand up? I have 4 minutes before I need to. Machine will take one more, honey. I haven't heard from you in so long. Hi.
Hi, Byron. Katie. I tried to work a worksheet with you, but I didn't get picked up. But I used the work helpline, so I got a lot of help yesterday. I went through a very, very hard time yesterday. Yeah. The work takeaway is I often mad at my mom that she doesn't listen to me. And I did the worksheet. I had the similar conclusion as the gentleman had. Is I was not listening to her at all when I'm mad at her. Why you not listening to me? I told you a few times. Why don't you just listen to me? I get mad. And when I'm
Notice,
acting like that, I was not listening to her.
and honey, notice how much of that is habitual. It's been maybe your pattern for years.
20 some years. I thought I was right. I thought I was the right one.
Yeah. So don't expect to break those patterns so easily. And
Yeah,
that,
not you.
again,
Not you.
those turnarounds on your worksheet, you work them and the turnarounds to live them and that how you react when you believe the thought and then when you turn it around,
I
what
would get so mad if she interrupted me and then like, why not you listen? Okay, if you know what you wanted, then why you even talk with me? Then just do it yourself. So being very mean, the interaction. So the work helped me a lot to help me see how I was acting like an asshole at that moment.
people can afford to fight with me, but can I afford to fight with people? If I don't fight with people when they're fighting with me, so to speak, I learn, I grow. If I don't fight back like Homero, I listen.
Yeah.
They grow me.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
more we go,
What hurt? I think instead of arguing, why you're not listening to me? It's easier to just repeat. Okay, I'm telling you again. It's only 2 seconds.
now,
But arguing with her, like, why don't you listen to me? And then start arguing. It's like an hour maybe.
yeah.
And I realized, which just like you've mentioned earlier, you want to be right or you want to be free.
Yeah, there it is. Sweetie. There it is.
Oh,
Okay, dears. Camilo, thank you again for being our teacher today. What a beautiful piece of work. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time at homewithbk.com. Let's do the work.